Sunday late edition on the Metal
Hello,
Boards
everybody.
live. But this is very exciting, Alan.
Yeah,
Very
what you got
excited.
going on, Mr. K?
We are unboxing Grace Under Pressure Super Deluxe, not Deluxe, Super Deluxe.
Super duper deluxe.
And I don't want to make you jealous here, Alan. I know you're probably going to be jealous, but you ready for it?
Yeah.
Here it comes. Look at this.
What do you got going on?
Look at that. The egg. Look at that.
Holy
Look
cow.
at that.
Does that weigh about
this.
15 pounds?
Look at this. I haven't even opened it yet. I have heard it. I've heard what's inside, but I have not opened it. I'm going to open it here, Alan. Right here live. Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Terry Brown, so those of you know, you got moving pictures. Terry Brown's been on, I believe, 11 albums. Come Grace Under Pressure, Terry Brown is not on the album anymore. He's not their producer, sorry.
No. It was supposed to be
a new
Steve.
Chapter.
It was supposed to be Steve Lillywhite who committed to it, and in the last minute he went to do a Simple Minds album instead.
Mm-hmm.
So they got Mr. Peter Henderson, I believe. Is that the fellow?
Peter Henderson. Yeah, I think you're correct.
And he was on their B list. And they landed up, since they got the last minute cancellation by Mr. Lillywhite, they went with Mr. Henderson, who was, according to Getty, a great engineer, but not so much of a producer because he couldn't make any decisions. And the reason why you bring in a producer is to get another point of view. And Mr. Henderson refused to make a decision to give that different point of view. So, but that was just a little background on the original release.
I think the exciting thing about this album here, and I'm holding it tight to my heart, closer to my heart. The thing, cover? right off the bat, you can see they got a new album cover. And the exciting part about this album is Terry Brown, who they sort of said, we're not going with you, Terry, anymore after Signals. He's remixing this album.
Oh, quite interesting.
Ooh la la. That's what we can say. This Super Deluxe will be released on March 11th. So
right
you can
around
still
the
pre-order
corner.
this right around the corner. It's got, before I crack it open, I want to give a couple of highlights here. CD1 features the original 1984 stereo mix, newly remastered from the original analog stereo masters. CD2 is Terry Brown's new remix.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Hey, there's this chance to say, hey, guys, you should have stuck with me, right? That's interesting. Right. I like that. This is something that's really a bit of a different turn.
Yes. CD3 and 4 is a live performance on the Grace Under Pressure tour from 1986 in Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. It's the complete live album. There's been versions of this live on VHS, on DVD over the years, but never the complete show. So now you have the complete show on Blu-ray and on CD. So look at that. And also there's a newly remixed version of this on Dolby Atmos, 5.1 surround sound, and that's another of that's on it too. So that's pretty cool. So let's crack it open, Alan.
All right, here we go.
I didn't even create a little tear. Not even a little tear. So there might be some issues here. So
I love that album cover.
Look at this. This is brand new, Alan. Brand new. I'm ripping it open.
Yeah.
I think we have to start off with, does it smell new?
Yeah, that seems to be a popular question there. Does it smell like, what does it smell like?
Does it smell like eggs? Look.
Rotten fish? Barbecue chicken? Butting this guy some
Hold on. Yes, it's got that old-fashioned
barbecue chicken smell.
How do you like the album cover, by the way?
I love it. I prefer it to the original, actually. The original, I always found the original confusing, but that's because I'm not into art, I guess.
I like the original, and I like this one too. This is by Hugh Syme as well. So they brought back Hugh for this. Yeah.
There you go. It's got a kind of a dream theater feel to it there.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't see, it's very dark, but you can see what's on it. So let's crack her open, see what we got inside.
Crack her open, Jim.
Let's
like
get
opening
cracking,
up
my
a
friend.
case of 2-4.
This is the CD version, so everybody knows the LP version is very similar.
Oh, you only got the CD version. You didn't get the LP version. Okay.
No. Because you know me. First of all, it's very difficult to open.
Evidently. It just took you 10 minutes to get the wrapping off. So.
But that's because it packs a punch.
Oh, my goodness. Look at the size of that thing.
Wait till you see what's inside.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, now this. Look at this. Like a hippopotamus dancing on eggs. Look at that. It smells so fresh. What's inside here? It's like a book.
What's that? What? It smells fresh. Smells like pine.
No, it smells like new CD stuff. Ooh, look at this.
Okay, so what's
all kinds of stuff inside.
That's one part of the box. Let's have a look.
Did you go on this tour, by the way? Were you there?
No. To be quite honest, Jim, look at that. Oh yeah, a ticket.
A ticket
on the floor.
Oh, was this a tattoo or something? No.
Total access. That's a backstage pass.
That's it. And look, a little. Hey, we got some.
What's that?
Story about
a little story.
Grace notes. I guess this is some notes. Some notes they wrote.
So to answer your question,
yes, go ahead. Yeah.
I was lucky enough. My first introduction, really, to Rush was the Signals tour, where I happened to have front row in front of Alex.
Okay.
So, like I always say, my daughter was able to figure out that Rush was a genius at the age of 8, and it took me 40 years to figure it out. So, huge Rush fan ever since. But I have to say, after Signals, this album is where they kind of lost me again, and I didn't come back until Hold Your Fire, because I like guitars and I wasn't big on synths back then. So look at that. Look, is that beautiful? Is that a book?
That is a booklet, yes.
That's the original.
And this is the original. Actually, this is the original album cover.
Yeah.
And that's the egg in back, because you can't break an egg if you're coming at it from both sides.
Yeah, that's what they say. I mean,
that's what they say, because
we've done it, but maybe we didn't hold
I remember when they came out with this album, we tried it a few times.
After about 15 beers, we tried it. What's that? Like, is that the original like tour program?
I guess, maybe.
Could very well be.
Look, there's the gang right there. Goodness, it smells.
I think
like
that's how.
It smells fresh and new. Look at that. And once I go through all the inside stuff, so that's beautiful. That's just beautiful. That's beautiful. And actually, I do dig this artwork. You know, it's like he's staying calm as the world is sort of falling apart. There's some, I don't know, grace under pressure, you know, and I love this. I love this artwork.
Isn't that a bit different than the original album cover? Or is that the same?
Let me see. You tell me.
Oh. Yeah, upside down. Yeah, it looks the same. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because it's so large, right? Jim Harrison says you could smell it from here. Alex really took a back seat on this one. Yeah, he did. But we'll talk about the Terry Brown remix pretty soon. What else we got? Okay, so we got the eggs here. Right?
Yeah.
Look in the middle.
What's it, a chicken in the middle?
Maybe. Could be.
Chicken.
I think it is. It's
what came first?
What came first? Grace under pressure or the egg?
Okay, so that's next. The inside of the box.
Oh, there's more.
You pulled out the ticket, you pulled out the tour program, you pulled out the backstage.
What the hell is this?
What the hell's that going on?
What the hell? Look at this.
Look at that.
Whoa.
That's where the CDs are held.
Maybe. There's
more
information. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Wow. You know me, I'm going to keep this in tip-top condition. No bending. Look at that. Beautiful.
No,
I don't want to give it all away. Oh, look at this. Wow. Look at that.
Straight off of the Signals tour, it looks like that.
Look at that. Signals. Look at that. Beautiful. So that's some sort of book. I mean, I don't have time to read it all, but it's the lyrics.
Wow.
It's the lyrics and pictures with the lyrics. So you see
all right. So we've got the backstage pass. We've got the tour program.
Yeah. The lyrics and images to accompany the lyrics. Okay. Thick. thick coffee table book.
Big coffee, big book.
Look at that.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay. Next. What else?
Wicked. Wicked. That's wicked, Jim.
Look here.
What's it? Okay, there's one CD. Was it all individual CDs?
I'm trying to see what it says. You know me. Can't read.
That must be the original.
Must be the original. Then you have this.
Okay, so it's they're packaged individually. It's not like you open the book and all the CDs are inserted, like I've seen on some other super deluxe box sets.
Look, that's what it looks like when I get to this level. This level,
right?
You see that?
So you've got individual sleeves for the various CDs and the DVD, Blu-ray, I should say, no DVD.
So here is the Live in Toronto, the complete show on CD as well as Blu-ray. I'm not sure which one it is. And here is, I would think this is the new, so there's a new remaster, and then there's a Terry Brown remix as well. We'll get to that very soon. I can't see if it's that upside down. I don't know what this is. This is heavy. What the hell is this?
It's an egg. What? It's an actual egg.
Look.
What's that? It's a pedal.
What?
It's a chocolate bar. It's an Easter egg. Look at this. Jim's ripping it open.
It's like some sort of... Oh, I know what it is.
What's that, Jim?
Hold on.
Well, here you go.
It's like Christmas here.
It's like
okay, so this is like a mantle, right? Grace Under Pressure. And watch. Watch what they give you.
All right. Let's see. Uh-huh.
It's like an Academy Award.
It's like It's like, here's for the album of the year. The Juno goes to.
So look at that.
What's the writing on there? I can't make out the writing. It looks like some kind of...
well, it's Grace.
Well, I can't see it because of your microphone there. You got it right behind your microphone.
Well, it's like a calculation, right? Grace Under Pressure. Or is it Grace Under Pressure the other way around?
I don't know.
So it's Grace Under Pressure. Get it?
Oh.
It's like a mathematical formula.
Oh, okay.
That's on a mantle, okay? So let's put the mantle aside.
Wicked.
Okay, well, cool. I think that's
super
it. We've
cool.
Emptied it out.
Okay, so what's behind that? Come on, there's got to be something like
an Easter egg?
A rabbit or a chicken.
No, just a ribbon.
A ribbon. Okay.
See
what does the ribbon say? Grace Under Pressure. Okay.
That's it. Okay.
What do you mean that's it? Like, what more do you want? Where's the DVD? Where's the Blu-ray?
Well,
what do you got? You should have three things, you said.
I'm trying to figure this out.
That looks very shiny, Jim. Very shiny.
It's hard to read, but I would assume this is the Terry Brown. Can you see what it says?
The Grace Under Pressure. I would say that's the remix, but you're the one holding it, so I would know.
And I would say this is the remaster. Grace Under
I would say
Pressure.
that's the original.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You're the one holding it. So.
And this is Toronto. There's a Toronto show here. Right.
So that's the Blu-ray.
No, actually, this is CD
and Blu-ray.
I think it's supposed to be.
Well, you're
CD
missing
and
something.
Blu-ray. 3-4. That's 3-4.
Oh, you got two. There's two in there.
There's two in here.
Okay, so that's the CD and Blu-ray.
And I would guess
you're keeping us in suspense. You're
3
just playing with stuff.
And
you're
4 are CD live. See the 3 chickens?
Yeah, I knew there'd be chicken somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe
bring this guy some chicken.
Well, there's supposed to be a Blu-ray here. But let's just go with what it sounds like.
Keep going. Let's find the Blu-ray. What's going on?
Alan, I'm getting confused, man.
You're getting too excited.
What does that
Jim
say?
Harrison is placing his order right now.
2.
That's 2. Okay, it says 2 on it.
That's disc 2. Let me just go look at the
I know, you gotta go.
breakdown here.
This is your one and only chance.
CD1 features the original album, but 2025 remix. Okay?
That's the original album remixed.
Then CD2, no. The original album remastered. They remastered
Remastered, not remixed.
The original album, CD2, remixed by Terry Brown.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed as well.
Because
it's a different artwork.
I need some light here. I need some light. Hold on a sec.
You need thicker glasses.
Yeah. So you didn't go to see this tour, did you?
No, I saw Signals, and then I didn't go back until.
Yep, this is
Snakes and Arrows, I believe.
Remastered 2025 Terry Brown remix. Okay.
These
two CDs are remastered, complete show from Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens, 1986, September 21st. Sorry. It was actually recorded 1984, September 21st in Toronto. 2 CDs, complete live album.
And where's the Blu-ray?
I think it actually on this. Hold on.
Here. There's so much stuff, Jimmy's confused.
Okay. It's a mess here. It's a mess. It's a mess, Alan. It's a mess.
Doesn't look like a mess. It looks like it's a great great presentation.
It's a mess, but it's phenomenal box set. Okay. Let's talk about the music, okay? Quickly. I've heard the original. You've heard the original. I've heard the remaster. They've remastered it many times over the years. I wonder if that's a Toronto show.
Behind me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Snakes and Arrows.
Snakes and Arrows. So,
see, there's a chicken behind.
There's no chicken.
Rotisserie chicken. No, there's always chicken.
Okay. So, just so everybody knows, this is this is what you're getting, the sound you're getting with this. When a band records, back in the day, they record and they mix their albums. So the bass, the guitar, the drums are each on one track. Correct, Alan? They're all on one track. Depends
how many tracks you have. Yeah, the Beatles.
Let's say it's multiple tracks. The band creates an analog mix or the tracks. From there, they balance it out and they go, okay, this is what it's going to sound like with our mix. Then they master it from the tapes, from the analog tapes, and then they print it off the albums, cassettes, and so forth, CDs. This new Grace Under Pressure album is taken from the analog tapes, the analog masters. In other words, back to 1984, they're taking that source and they're remastering it.
Yeah,
whereas in the past, what they would do in the last few years, they would just take the CD and just like change the treble, equalize it, and there it goes, and you're off to the races. What Terry Brown did on this,
he said, I should have been the producer all along, and here's my chance to rectify the situation.
So he goes back to the original mixes, balances all it out,
He does what a producer should do.
He does the master from the analog tapes, and then they produce this. So this is right from the source, remixed. Now, what's the difference in sound quality?
I don't know. You just open it up. You haven't even had a chance to listen to it.
I have heard it beforehand.
You cheater!
I've heard it beforehand.
How'd you reseal the box set?
It's magic, man. It's magic. Early distant warning. Let's go run through the tracks quickly, okay?
It's magic.
I've heard I just got to say that the remaster is pretty good. This new remaster is pretty good. Great, nice sound. It's crisp. It's clean. But Terry Brown on distant early warning, the guitars are louder. The keyboards are louder. The vocals are cleaner. There's a lot more space. The guitar has less treble, more on the On the side of Signals, you weren't a fan of Signals, were you?
I like Signals, yeah.
Well, this could have been on Signals, just an early warning in terms of sound quality, right? The original was a little more noisier. This is a lot cleaner. So it's a cleaner track, more punchier, hands off. A big tick to early distant warning when you compare the new remix to the new remaster. And I also went back and heard the old remasters. This is much superior. After Image, much better.
What old remasters?
Well, so this is a new remaster.
Okay.
This is an old remaster.
So they already remastered it.
But the difference between this and this is this was remastered from, let's say, from either albums or CDs. They didn't go back to the analog master. This is they went back to the source.
They went back to the source. Analog tape.
Yeah, yeah. So After Image, I'm not sure if you're a fan of the song. This one included on the remix, the Terry Brown remix, you hear a couple of yayas. You hear a couple of...
You hear tap dancing?
No tap dancing.
That's like a Motorhead. They did an Ace of Spades album. They put some tap dancing in there.
Well, a lot of times when they do remixes, they put in the stuff that they left off on the original album.
Yeah, yeah.
And Geddy's doing a couple of oh yeah. And he actually... Oh yeah. So... I think the remix is much better than the remaster when it comes to Terry Brown. He's done a great job. He's pushed, again, the song out. It's more open. It's more clean, right? So that's a cool thing on that. Now, Red Sector A is where things kind of fall apart on the remix.
Oh.
I was kind of shocked. The drums the guitars on Red Sector A are much louder on the remix. The vocals are louder. The keyboards are louder,
but if the
drums are not louder. They're actually lower on the remix, the Terry Brown remix, which would mean that this one actually is more superior, this new remaster.
Oh, okay. You're going track by track.
Just going quickly, there's only 8 tracks. Overall, I mean, the vocals on the whole remix by Terry Brown are a lot cleaner. You hear a lot more digital reverb on the background. Geddy really comes out really crystal clean. The Enemy Within, much groovier, much punchier on the remix. The remix is definitely louder, much better than the remaster. Body Electric, same deal. Sounds great on headphones, kid gloves. I believe that the remaster is probably a little bit better. You know what the problem is, Alan? We're used to the songs for like 40 years. They go a certain way. And then as soon as you hear anything that deviates from those songs, you kind of like, what? It's like, what's going on here? You know,
I have the Jailbreak box set from Thin Lizzy, and you listen to, again, they remix the album.
Yeah.
And then they have an alternate take to the album.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. They have the original album CD, and then they got the remix version. And you're sitting there, and this is stuff you've been listening to, like you said, for 40 years, right? And all of a sudden, where does that come from? Well, what's that? What's that happening there? Where? Horns? There's never horns in this song. So yeah, that's what it's fun about the remix. They can bring up some of the stuff that was originally left off. I mean, it makes for an interesting listen. You might not like it, or you might prefer it or not to the original, but it's still fun to listen to regardless, because it's something that's different, right?
Yeah.
Did any of that strike out? What song struck you the most that you say, oh wow, I really like that compared to the original?
I think the whole album with Terry, I like it with the exception of which one was it? Yeah, I just said it. It was Red Sector A. That was it. Red Sector A was the only one where I'd say that, you know what? I think I prefer the remaster better, or the original better. Maybe because I love the song so much and I kind of like the way it flows and I like the way the instruments are separated. This one was a little too different. But you know what? It's cool to see an alternate take of it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. kid gloves.
And if I can just add, maybe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, you can see, I guess you can arguably say all the way back to permanent wave. So, the synths and the keyboards, signals, it was pretty prevalent, but there's still a lot of guitars, right?
Yeah.
And then now you can see where the synths might be overpowering, and then they got heavier with power windows, I would say, the synth wise. And in Getty's book, his autobiography, I mean, he never realized how much that affected Alex until they discussed it years and years, probably even decades later. How he just said, like, man, I'm a guitar player, and this is, I should be able to play guitar.
Yeah.
And Getty was so like he tends to do, I guess, when he's be it baseball collections or bass guitars, he was in this synth mode, and it becomes all encompassing. And it's funny that you're in a band. There's only three of you. Two of you are best friends since childhood, and you couldn't really discuss the fact that, like, time out here, I like to hear my guitar from time to time, until they discussed it decades later. So, at which point it was too late, but at the same time, Getty felt bad. So, and I think this was the first album that really, really started on a much prevalent note, more than even Signals.
Well, I think Signals guitar, they really lowered the guitar on Signals. For me,
so you would say Signals was the
first
one that, okay. I would argue it would be this. Although the synths, you're right, the synths or keyboards are really on a lot of the songs on Signals, but still, there's guitars. There's I didn't have that feel. Much more synths than Moving Pictures, but for me, it's like, okay, it's still Rush. This is they came out with Exit Stage Left, so you knew that they were kind of closing off a chapter, right? Every time they had a live album, they close off a chapter. You said, okay, we're leaning towards this direction. But for me, this album was like, oh, okay, wait a minute, we've gone a little too far. And then Power Windows, like, okay, what are we doing here?
Well, you have Moving Pictures, Signals, you have Grace Under Pressure in the middle, sort of, and then you have Power Windows. Power Windows is a very big production. It's a friggin' huge production, right? Very well made. You have Signals, another great production, even though the guitars are lowered. Then you have Grace Under Pressure in the middle. It's kind of like a transitional album into Power Windows. It was always too high, too much treble for me. It was equalized just a little too on the highs, not enough on the lows. And what Terry Brown does with this, he kind of makes it Grace under Signals, It's Grace Under Signals, because he's kind of brought the bass up. And I don't mean the bass as an instrument. I'm talking about frequency. Like, it's more of a signal sound overall versus a Power Window sound, if you want to go in that direction, right?
On the remix.
Now, I think Alex Lifeson was a little bit frustrated on this album because they lowered him on Signals. They lowered him a little more here. But on the Terry Brown remix, Alex is brought up in the mix. The drums and the snares are kind of coming out. The keyboards are coming out. Geddy Lee's voice sounds a lot cleaner. But at times, the drums are missing or they're lowered. And maybe it's because when you bring everything up, something's got to come down.
Well, that's what I was saying. You kept saying everything going up. Well, if everything goes up, it sounds the same.
That's right. Something's got to come down.
Yeah, something's different.
Definitely, look, I would say this new remix is fantastic. It gives justice to the album. It doesn't it just makes the album better than it really was. And this one is sort of a nice alternative, and it's fun to listen to. So what a great package. And then you get the live album from Maple Leaf Gardens, right? The whole complete show, which is, again, remastered. And let me tell you, man, this is a great show, great performance. And if you remember, you didn't go to this show, but when I went to this show, they did the Fear trilogy, right? Witch Hunt, Weapon, and what's the other one, Alan?
I can get it. Hold on here.
The Enemy Within, Weapon, and Witch Hunt.
There we go.
There we go. So that was sort of the highlight. They would play the whole Fear trilogy right there. So it was cool. And Vital Signs, Kid Gloves. You get to hear those songs, which you don't actually hear on other versions of this.
Or other tours even.
And look, you get this.
Yeah. But where's the Blu-ray?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to find it. Maybe there was no
Blu-ray.
Maybe there was no Blu-ray in this version.
I don't know. You said there was supposed to be a Blu-ray. I mean,
that's what it says.
You're the one teasing everybody.
Maybe it's here somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, you're doing an unboxing, man. You gotta know what's going on there. Everybody's waiting with bated breath for this DVD Blu-ray.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe on the CD version there is no Blu-ray, or maybe it's inside of here. I feel like a fool.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's gotta be something. I mean,
unless this is considered a Blu-ray disc, I don't know.
It should be. You should see that little Blu-ray logo there.
I don't know. Let's take a look. Take a closer look. I feel like you're putting me on the spot.
Well, we're doing an unboxing, Jim. Now you got everybody's blind. You're blinding everybody that's tuning in here on the Metal Voice, the unboxing of Grace Under Pressure, Rush.
Well, I think we'll consider this more of an unboxing of what's inside the box. So far, I can't see the Blu-ray, unless it's hidden somewhere here.
Blu-ray. That's a pretty big box. I mean, I have to say that's the thickest box I've ever seen in any type of super deluxe. That's a really big box, Jim.
It's a big box, my friend.
I thought it would come with a dozen eggs that big.
Or maybe I got the version, not the super deluxe.
Oh, you didn't get
I got the super deluxe
only.
I got the deluxe. Either way, you get to see what's inside. Is it worth the Terry Brown remix? Absolutely. Is it worth the new remastered version? Absolutely. Is it worth the live in Toronto? Absolutely. Is it worth the cool stuff like the booklets?
That's got to be the original tour
book, yeah.
It's got to be.
And I mean, here's Getty. Some cool pictures of the guys. Again,
you get the backstage pass.
You got a backstage pass. You can try to use it.
You got a lyric sheet.
Try to use it on their next show.
Lyric sheet.
When they come to town, you got this big thing here. This is the lyric sheets right here. Look at that. 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 Beautiful.
What a lovely. I buy these things just for the books, actually.
Beautiful. So overall, I love the Terry Brown remix. I love the remaster, and I love the live CD. So to me, it's definitely worth it. You know.
There you go.
I'm not sure if I got the deluxe or just the deluxe, but that's all I see. And if I missed the Blu-ray here somewhere, I apologize. That's pretty much it.
What's this? You know what the retails for, Jim?
Between $300 to $400, depending on the version.
Super deluxe, or is that just the deluxe? Because now, for $300, you're gonna hope that there's the Blu-ray.
Well, look here. If you can read this, it's so dark.
I can't. You can't. Jim, you can't. You're the better place to read that because we're in.
It says bonus videos, so I think they're on the CDs.
Bonus videos Blu-ray. On the CDs. Blu-ray. I haven't seen that in a while.
It says Blu-ray on. There's a Blu-ray there somewhere.
It's got to be in that. Because you could put a live album.
This is the right one. It's got a Blu-ray.
It's got to be in that package from Toronto. It's got to be.
It is. It says it right there. It says it right there. Well, so it's here somewhere.
I just
don't know where I put it. Well, either way, we can't play it. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Yeah.
Super cool. I mean, it's just looking back, I remember about time flies, like maybe 20 years ago on Rush's website, you had the chance to buy all the tour programs they've ever done in a package right off their website.
Yeah.
And maybe that's, a lot of these leftover programs, maybe that's what they did with them, slapped them inside the Deluxe, or they had them all reprinted again. That would explain why the price is the price. If you got to reprint them all, if you had them lying around in a warehouse, then you just throw them in, right? Because what else are you going to do with them?
They're beautiful.
But I would guess that's the.
Oh, wait a second, we got more here, Alan. Look.
Oh my goodness, that's right. Do the total unboxing, Jim. You're only doing half the unboxing.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Look at that.
You can put this on your locker, your locker at school. Look at that.
Locker at school. Holy cow.
Look at that.
That's a total unboxing.
What else?
Anything else in there? Is there a guitar pick? Maybe
there's got to be a Blu-ray in here.
Maybe there's a guitar pick that fell out.
There's a guitar pick?
Or chicken feathers. Is there any chicken feathers inside? Or
no chicken feathers.
An egg?
No eggs.
A dozen eggs.
No eggs. And that's it. Folks.
Well, you're the envy of everybody that's watching, Jimmy, that you got that. That seems to be quite the package. Look at the size of that box.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Like most of them are around, maybe 3.5, 4 inches.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's got to be like.
That's insane.
Look at that.
Yep. So there is a Blu-ray here somewhere. I just haven't been able to track it down. It says Grace Under Pressure, live in Toronto. Blu-ray.
I think you had a busy day, Jim.
You can't see?
You weren't fully prepared.
Well, Alan, I'm unboxing this live. This is being unboxed live. So if I can't find everything,
check inside the book. Maybe it's inside the book, inside the cover, one of the covers. But if they're all in individual sleeves, like usually you open up, there's a book and they're all like tucked into an individual sleeve. What's that? What's that? That's a backstage pass you showed us earlier.
Do you think we could use this?
You can try. I don't think it'll work.
It's all we got.
Way to go.
It's all we got.
Total quality.
That's
Just like everything they do is top of the line. You gotta love Rush, man.
Yeah.
They got so much stuff in the vaults.
$450 Canadian, probably about $370 American, around there somewhere. There's different versions of it. You get the LP, you get the CD version. You could try to find the Blu-ray like I'm trying to find it, but.
And the vinyls, it's the super deluxe.
And
you get a vinyl of each. You get a vinyl of the original and a vinyl of the remix.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Charge. Unbelievable, Jim.
And that's all, folks. That's all we got. That's it.
What do you mean that's all? What more could you ask for?
The Blu-ray. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. I don't know what the hell it is. Or maybe I just put it in the wrong place here. Anyways, it's all right. It's all good.
Well, it's there. It's written on the back. You saw it.
It's written on the back. It's got to be here somewhere.
It's got to be there. I think your live CD in Toronto, one is the CD of the show.
Maybe, yes.
And one is the DVD.
You know what,
Alan? Look, the Blu-ray should have a little marking with the Blu-ray logo.
Maybe you're right. That's what it is.
You need to get your reading glasses.
Because the reality is, why would they have the whole live show on 2 CDs? But that's what it says. So anyways, that's what it is. Folks,
there you go.
I don't know. I've heard it. I've heard the music. I've heard the sound. I think it sounds great. And I know a lot of people, they released the single. They did Distant Early Warning. A lot of people are really floored by how great the sound is. Terry Brown is back. And, we've been
proving that he probably should never have left, right? I mean, if I was him, I would say, this is my redemption. Yes. And I'm going to prove you guys that I was the man for the job all along. And I would buy that just alone to hear that remix version by Terry Brown personally. Yeah. Forget about the book and the tour book and the supposedly Blu-ray.
On that note, everybody have a great Sunday.
All right.
Thank
you, Jim, for that confusing unboxing.